First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Washington Redskins. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. On 1st and 10, Smith. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a second down. And that'll set him back 5. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Cameron Jordan coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, back up.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. It got his man complete. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. On 1st down, it's Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. But the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Steps away to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many runs in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his second season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
Brees going to try and throw on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
On the keeper, it's Brees. And he'll burrow his way forward to pick up the first. Able to convert on fourth to bring up first and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. Now this time, Brees will throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And he's got it up and through. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's got Thompson here, complete. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. From the gun, here's Smith. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
18 yards there and a first down. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. gun, Smith. And he's got this down to the 35. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Smith now 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the red zone now, Smith stepping up. He's going to keep it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Hey, on.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Operating from the gun, Smith looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And this is Central Florida's Traquan Smith, his first NFL catch. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. On first down, Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard, down to the 16.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Brees going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Latavius Murray, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. What's good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Smith on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Smith. From the gun, he'll throw. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Brees to throw on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Brees. And that's caught by Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to New Orleans after this. Breeze now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. So he got 3 of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Now Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They start the drive with Peterson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, Peterson. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll try the air now with Smith. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 19. The final shot here before break. Smith. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Well, they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Throwing on first down is Breeze. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Demario Davis there on the stop.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. It's brought in by Doxson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Smith finding Doxson that time for a Washington first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They run again with Peterson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, tried to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback who's going to his left. A little bit tougher.
Exactly.
And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here.
Here we go.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Here we go.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Breeze going to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give the tackle there to Josh Norman.
Break it down, fellas. Break it down. Ready. 90%.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. And this will be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And now it's third down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
After the run, Smith going to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to send this one deep. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 14. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end?
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Breeze now. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Fighting through. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Breeze now on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's brought down. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Here's Breeze. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Mason Foster leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Smith now throwing again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Redskins on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. Escaping the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It was